morning, folks. Today is Wednesday. I'm headed into the gym and then I'm going to go to work. But that's not what you tuned in for. Today's subject is cell phones. Have they made society better? I didn't ask whether they made communications better. Have they made society better is the question. I remember the days where you would go to an outside restaurant or Starbucks, sit outside, or even if you were in the mall, the food court, and just sit, eat, and you would do what they call people watching. Just taking it all in, just taking the sights in, looking around you, smelling the roses, so to speak, metaphorically speaking. Now we have these cell phones. And everybody is looking down at their cell phone, no matter where they're going, what they're doing. I could probably turn this camera around, speed up and get into some traffic, and show you people driving, and you know this too, out of experience. They're looking down at their cell phones. They're plugged into the matrix, is what I call it. I got rid of my cell phone. I do not own a cell phone. When you're looking down at the cell phone, you are looking at filtered, produced, edited reality, also known as the Matrix. When you're looking up and around you, it is not filtered, it is not edited, it is not produced. It is reality. As far as communications, yeah, we get information a little bit better now that we have the internet and cell phones. We do. We get some news. We get news better and whatnot. But as far as communicating with one another, I think it has been detrimental to the people who live in the Matrix. And every now and then they wake up and look around into reality and they have to communicate with their mouths, with their minds, with their eyes. And they can't. Or they run into somebody who knows how to communicate without texting, with their mind, with their mouths, with their eyes, and they get all confused. Oh, he just moved his eyes in a weird way. I've never seen that before. Or there was inflection in the way he spoke. Oh, I never seen that before. He must be rude. And that is a true statement. At work, I run into a younger generation. That's all they do is text. All they do is text, and that's the only way they want to communicate. They take their cigarette breaks or whatnot, and they're immediately on the phone texting. 100% of their smoke break. I don't smoke, by the way. It's gotten so mainstream and a part of our lives that our company, through our email server, has a text box now. We have an internal texting system. We don't need to even email or pick up the phone anymore. We just text the person in another building. Text, 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 text. See, the thing about texting, it's just words. There's no feeling or emotion to those words. There is no inflection. There is no facial expression changes. That's all part of communicating. And when somebody's not used to seeing that, and all of a sudden they walk into you and you're talking with all these feelings in your face and your eyes and they get all confused. You make a joke with them, just a little joke, and they get diaper rashed. They didn't. What's a sense of humor? A joke? What was that? That's not in my text directions. How to text sense of humor. Not there. All right, I'm getting off the deep end now, but no, I don't think cell phones are better for society. I remember when cell phones first came out, or when they started to become mainstream. Let me just say that. They were these thick bricks, basically, with an antenna sticking out. And at the time, I was working for a young entrepreneur, and he bought one of these cell phones. It was a Motorola something. And I kid you not, he would walk around, because nobody had cell phones at the time. Just a very few amount of people had cell phones at the time. He would walk around, I am not lying, with the cell phone in his hands like this, and he would just nod. Yeah, And I remember during our lunch breaks, because it was a construction company, we would go into our local fast food joints or whatever it was around to eat, and then he would pick up his cell phone and just do like this. Yeah, okay, yeah. And we asked him, he goes, it makes me feel good. I feel important. That's what he said. Well, the same thing is happening with the damn cell phones, or even when you go into Starbucks, you see these people with their laptops. Their faces are buried into their laptops while they're enjoying their Sunday coffee or whatever the hell they're drinking. And they're doing the same thing he did. They're pretending that they're some high society business person. Executive. I'm on my laptop, my Apple PowerBook. And they're pretending to work. You walk by, because my field is computers. You walk by them, you ask, you kind of look down, and they're doing fucking nothing. Excuse my language. I didn't mean to cuss. They're doing absolutely nothing. They're afraid to look up into reality. Reality is too real. It's like taking a blanket, a comfort mechanism, a baby's blanket off of them. They no longer have that comfort. They're forced to look around and see reality and actually talk and deal mentally with other people. They're losing the capacity to really have meaningful conversations without getting confused or their feelings hurt. Society is being dumbed down by this mechanism called the cell phone. They truly are. Oh, they think they're smart, and they can recite every news article that they've read. All those highly produced, edited, and filtered news articles. This is just my opinion, by the way. I could be 100% wrong. But I look out the windows all the time. I see what's going on around me, and that is my perception of what I see around me. You go to a movie theater, you sit kind of 3/4 of the way up so you're eye level with the screen, but you're able to look down, and during the few minutes that you have before the movie starts, all you see is lights down below you in the seating. Cell phones, just everybody's on a cell phone. Nobody's talking and giggling with one another like we used to do back in the day. They're texting. They're texting people right next to them. That's how society has become dumbed down. What is your perception? What do you see around you? People are plugged into the matrix. They don't want reality. They want to keep that little baby blanket on them. They don't want to walk around and deal with any of this. Leave me a comment below. Give me a thumbs up if you think this video has any merit. You folks have a great day. Take care of yourselves.